I'm J.R. Marcoux, COO of the International Research Center on Cannabis and Mental Health, and I'm here today with Zoe Sigmund, the Program Director for Project CBD. She has a background in consumer education and health professional education, working with the cannabis industry as well as the Oregon Health and Sciences University. Welcome.
Hello, thank you.
So you're starting to work more with Project CBD, which is a great resource for education. So what is Project CBD? Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, Project CBD is a website. So it's an online educational resource for people who are looking to learn more about cannabis and CBD.
Well, one of the things I'm glad you're in town here in our Manhattan office for the Research Center is because earlier this week we got a CBD embargo in New York.
Yeah.
It looks pretty serious. Health department shows up and there's pictures online of the Ziploc baggie of Rice Krispie treats and cappuccinos or whatever it was that are no longer allowed to be sold. I have questions like if I buy my CBD latte in New Jersey and take the PATH train over into Manhattan, is it illegal or can I still do that? Because these things are not going to be allowed to be sold. Some pretty strong statements of these products are not safe.
Right.
So what are your thoughts on the CBD embargo in New York and maybe elsewhere, and maybe give us a little background on it?
Yeah, so I read the story this morning in the New York Times and then the Eater article as well. Basically, this cafe in New York City had Department of Health Services come in and...
Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. Yep.
Oh, oh, okay, yeah, great. They came in and were asking questions about CBD, and sort of by the end of the conversation, they took all the CBD products and put them in that Ziploc bag. It says on a note on the bag, these products have been embargoed. But I think we're probably going to start to see this more and more in a lot of states. The Farm Bill was passed at the very end of last year, and that legalized the growing of hemp and sort of across the board.
Well, a question about legal hemp. Now, I thought it was legal before that. No, I'm just kidding. I hear that a lot, that it is legal, and then we hear the Farm Bill passing is legal. Is a license still required or some sort of exemption?
Yes, licenses are still required. The bill spells out exactly what it expects states to do in order to allow hemp to be grown by farmers. They need to create their own regulatory processes, or the federal government will create a regulatory process if the states don't want to.
So what has to happen in New York to get CBD back on the store shelves, do you think?
I think that what is likely going to happen is the FDA is going to make a series of decisions about how legal it considers CBD to be. The FDA issued a statement right after the Farm Bill passed, basically saying hey, CBD is still illegal. It is not okay as a food additive. It's not okay as a dietary supplement. And in fact, because it's been legalized as an orphan drug for pediatric epilepsy, we don't have any precedent to sell a pharmaceutical drug as a recreational compound. And so they realize that there's an issue at hand and they need to sort through how to move forward. But who knows how long that will take.
Right.
Hopefully.
Okay. So, the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, they're sending their inspectors to go to cafes that are infusing their regular products with this, I guess it's of unknown provenance where the CBD is coming from. But what about those stores, those boutiques that are selling, that specialize in CBD products? There's one on Fifth Avenue, a very tiny boutique that sells just CBD stuff, or stores that have non-edible products. Do you think you're going to see the same sort of heavy-handed activity where they walk into the place, say, no more CBD lotions, or do you think they're going to let that slide?
I honestly think that the former is more likely. I think that it's not going to be targeted only at food additives. CBD is in this legal gray area across the board federally. And so once you start seeing legal action being taken, even something as simple as an embargo, which is not so simple if that's how you make your money,
right.
That's going to be happening in more and more places across the city at this point, and probably the state.
Thank you so much for your time and listening to this this discussion with Zoe Sigmund, the Program Director for Project CBD. To find out more, you can go to projectcbd.org and look up some of their fantastic resources for patients and providers.
Thank you so much, Jahan.
You're welcome.